Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and talking about the Steam app that will stop working on Windows 7, Windows 8 early next year. A lot of comments, of course, with that, and a lot of comments that I agree with. And I've agreed with that such a long time. I actually love playing games, and I do have a Xbox Game Pass subscription because I like, the fact that I can play much more games with that than I would have to purchase them, all of them. So, playing Forza and Halo, we a Plague Tale Requiem, and so on. I like that, and it's kind of fun to have all of the choice. But one of the things that I've been avoiding a lot, it's really to buy individual games, because what I hate is the fact that you have to install the game manufacturer, kind of app, if you want. And that always is a huge problem for me. I've purchased a few games, but I almost never do because of that. And I think it's sad because I got no problem in paying for my games. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with the fact that you always have to install the, Electronic Arts app or whatever. And we talk about Steam for this, and these games are not running and do not run unless you have the, like Steam, for example, or, Electronic Arts or whatever app of whatever company. And that I have a hard time. And it's the same, of course, with the Xbox Game Pass that I have here. But you know what? I would have purchased more games over the last few years if they would be standalone, and that you could just pay, download, run. That's all. And there used to be a time when that's the way it was. There used to be a time when we would actually purchase games on CDs and DVDs, and those were, for the most part, standalone. A lot of them required just to have enter the code and have an activation done, but mostly that was the way to go. I mean, there's a legitimate reason to keep a Windows 7 machine, for example, or a Windows XP machine. Just as the same thing as I keep an Amiga 500 and I have a Commodore 64, I have an Atari 1040 ST. I run the games from those days on these machines. It's fun. And there would be, if I had space here, I'd have probably a dedicated DOS machine with DOS games, a dedicated Windows XP machine with games that run well on XP, and so on. Because there are a lot of these games that we've lost over time. Yes, there's some emulation that can be done sometimes to help run them, but for the most part, it's kind of complicated, and having a dedicated gaming machine is kind of fun also. And it is true that the more these companies, Steam and others, are controlling how we get our games, the more annoying it gets. And I get it that a lot of people are mad at that Steam will stop supporting Windows 7. There's probably tons of Windows 7 games that just don't run on more modern Windows versions. And so it is, unfortunately, a place where these big gaming companies kind of take us for, that we're going to steal their content and want to control it to the max. And I think they don't even realize that at the same time, maybe they're losing money because of people like me that are not going to, I saw quite a few interesting games in the last year that, looks fun, but I don't want to have to install that crappy app from that company in order to have it run on my PC. It annoys me to have multiple gaming apps running on the PC at the same time just for the pleasure of having different games from different manufacturers. It's just nonsense. And you know what? They didn't get my money. Why? Because I just can't. I'm tired. I did a few times. I had some with Electronic Arts, and I had one with Ubisoft. But at a certain time, once you've done the games, and you've got tired, what do? That's what I did. I removed the game, but I also removed the manufacturer's app. I don't want to have EA game thing launching on my PC. So I think gaming companies need to reevaluate. It's fine to have a store, but the problem is when everything is tied to your app. Well, things like Steam going out for Windows 7 and 8 is giving problems for some people. And that is definitely something that annoys gamers terribly. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.